Hey guys, I want to do a quick little update on a few things here. So, first and foremost, I got we had some leeks that we bought from the store, and I'm gonna try and put them back in the system here, and hopefully they will sprout and regrow. So, give that a shot here. All my lettuce in this aquaponics system here, I had to separate everything because I had pretty much all of these heads pretty much right there in that one little spot, and the roots were starting to get a little congested. So moved everything, and now all the roots are pretty much free floating. Nobody's grabbing onto, I don't have one plant grabbing onto another plant, so had to do that. I think here pretty soon I've got some extra styrofoam stuff. I'm gonna cut some squares and use the squares to cover these empty spots because I think it'll look a little nicer than a bunch of cups out here. Anyway, the aquaponics system is doing well. I think I'm gonna start doing some videos here every once in a while on my water chemistry, because I really feel like that is the, that's what it all comes down to, and really that's where everybody's like, what do I do, what do I do? And I've been really digging deep last week or so into water chemistry, and I'm finding a lot of people say a lot of different things, and I'm at a point where this system has pretty much matured and the water is going to start requiring some adjustments. So I'm going to need to start doing a few things. I've filled my brain with a lot of information, but I haven't necessarily put that information into practice. So yeah, I think I'm going to start talking about that a little bit. Right now, I kind of have to keep the system right where it is because I've been getting some ammonia. And anyway, things are kind of maxed out. My temperature in here dropped pretty low, and I think it put a hurting on my bacteria. So I'll talk about that another time, but everything's going as well as it can be for the moment. I've got a bunch of trays over here. I've got a couple trays in the house of peppers that I need to bring out and transplant into some bigger cups, but this is all ready to go for some February planting. I've got some cabbage over here, broccoli. No, the cabbage didn't sprout. That was the one thing that didn't sprout. I got cauliflower and broccoli and a whole bunch, well, I had a whole bunch of lettuce, but I had one day where I left this cover on a little too long on a hot day, and I lost some of it. So I goofed, but this is what I've got left. So these are almost ready to go into the aquaponics system. I wish they were a little further ahead, but they're not. So anyway, they are where they are. Probably got another 2 weeks, maybe before, at least a week, maybe two, before the roots in there are probably where they need to be for transplanting into the aquaponics system. A couple other things. Let's go take a look at a few things. So I got me some cheap gutters from Home Depot. I got the gutters here. I just got to install them. And that is gonna save me a whole lot of headache, especially on this back wall, because I get a little bit, I don't get water necessarily seeping into the greenhouse anymore, but it makes the wall moist, makes the wall wet. So as much water as I can get off of that, the better. And I got that extension cord's powering everything in the greenhouse. That's something else I'm gonna address here soon enough to get that changed up. So I'm down to my last 2 bales of hay from our first delivery. I've been putting this stuff in a truck and bringing it out to the front part of the property to give it to the horses because they're still not back here. I got to get this all cleaned up, which is not a problem because I finished the electric fence. So that is awesome. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Just a quick little overview here. That is the unit that powers the electric fence. Comes out into conduit, goes over here, electrifies that leg, and then we've got this right here. It's actually direct burial wire. I didn't need to put it in conduit, and let me tell you what, it's kind of a pain to put it in the conduit to begin with. I probably could have gone, it's 3/4 inch pipe, I probably could have gone like inch pipe or something just to make it easier, I don't know. But that was hard to do that, but I got it done. And I did not waste 1 iota of that wire. It's 50-foot wire, and when I did my measurements, I was supposed to have 4 extra feet of wire. But once I put it in the conduit, apparently I lost a little bit of that length, and what I wanted to happen over here was for it to come up and do a sweep. So it comes out of the ground and like does like a sweeps over. But I had no extra room to play with. I had to eliminate the S over here, so it just comes up and just goes straight there, which is fine, totally works. Kind of had to make do with that one, but it's all irrelevant anyway because I didn't need to put it in conduit to begin with. But I did want it to be in conduit because who knows what we're gonna do over here. I'd hate to start digging and then hit that wire and wish I would have done something differently to begin with when I did it. So preventing myself from kicking myself later, basically. That looks great. Real quick, my next kind of big project, we're gonna have to wait until this next rainstorm comes through and we get our delivery here, but right there, the back of our bunkhouse, I've got water, and we're gonna have to get my dad up here to help with that, but we're gonna have to cut a path and bring water to there, and as well bring water over here to the barn. So that is gonna be happening here real quick, because really when it all comes down to it, that's kind of what's preventing us from bringing the horses over here. So anyway, we get water here, we can move the horses, we can move the goats. Really that's the one thing that's stopping us at this point. This here is my second leg, guys, and I'll just go down here. This is what I wanted to look like up there, was the sweep coming out right there, nice and clean looking, and then the same thing over here. But I can't complain, I'm happy with everything. This all works really good, looks nice. The electric fence is done. On to some next steps. Making lots of progress. Thanks for checking in, guys. See you soon.